the going land, the quiet rain just kept on falling. In the arbor sat the sad witch whose eyes had lost their glint in Battler. Virgilia could also be seen there. She sat next to Vito, knitting quietly. Nando's game had passed the climax of her twilight and they were taking a short break. Gazing out into the rose garden, soaked with rain. Now they all got back in the present. What was to come and what had happened so far. Valor, thinking was itself a battle. Even if the game stopped and Vito unable to speak, you could still keep up fighting. Virgilia suddenly stopped her knitting. Valor had noticed too. None should have been able to visit this rose garden. They had noticed a silhouette approaching. That is unusual. Not many people can reach this place. It's her. That silhouette, walking through the quietly falling rain without so much as an umbrella, was Delanor. That was a splendid garden maze. A very nice way to enjoy the roses. Why are you here? It has been some time, Miss Beatrice. Excuse me, it is Miss Virgilia now, is it not? Long time no see, Delanor. Come over here. We aren't ones to leave a guest out in the rain. Don't worry. She hasn't come to fight. Do you know her? She's one of my oldest friends from heaven. This really takes me back. Yes, it does. Miss Virgilia possesses a deep knowledge in heavenly studies. I have often battled with her over interpretations. My many intellectual adventures with you were quite enjoyable. I'd like to do it again sometime. Yes, let's do it again sometime. I'd like to fight with you again. They used the word fight, but it didn't sound like they meant anything unpleasant by it. It sounded like something old chess rivals would say to each other. Unlike Beto, it seemed that Virgilia had always acted properly and courteously. She had many friends in various other worlds, including both heaven and the demon world. Surprisingly, Delanor was one of them. Delanor, who had crossed swords with me just a while ago, Bowed her head as if to thank us for allowing her shelter from the sun rain and sat in the seat Virgilia pointed out, like a guest. Is there any type of black tea you would prefer? Anything. Any tea you make is superb. Then, how about some Darjeeling? Father, Beto, would you like some more? Yeah. You and I would like a refill. Right? As usual, Beto didn't answer. He quietly gave her a cup. He would sip it from time to time. There's still some black tea left in that cup, but already been chilled. So Ladder asked for a refill for Beto as well. I have heard the rumors. How pitiable that Beatrice, the endless witch famous for her cruelty, has been reduced to this. No longer participating in the game. Someday I was the one controlling that Beto that's on the game board. I know. However, she's the original master of this world. And you are the proper guest, invited by that master. That's why I've come to greet you. On the game board, Beto and I met Delanor. Those are the game pieces of those witches. They weren't Beto and ourselves. Is that why you went out of your way to greet Balakun and Beto here? I see you're as conscientious as ever. That is my way of doing things. Greetings, Mr. Battler. I am Delanor A. Knox. We play opposing roles, but it is a pleasure to meet you. Sure. I'm Ushirumi, a battler. Pleased to meet you. Greetings, Miss Beatrice. I am Delanor A. Knox. Beto, she's saying hi. She says welcome. Thank you very much, Miss Beatrice. The witch and the Inquisitor whose job it was to hunt witches. We each other around tea tables surrounded by the aroma of black tea. It was a strange sight. Virgilia made gold butterflies appear from the palms of her hands and transformed them into a teapot and a can of tea leaves. It was a very witch-like way of preparing tea. She was a witch, so it wasn't particularly an unusual sight. Though I was really concerned about whether Delanor, an Inquisitor, could allow herself to watch such a spectacle. Have no fear. I'm not so rude as to quibble about the way my tea is served. You know, like teas being made with magic?
物陰に紅茶の道具があり、私たちに隠れてミセス。
There's a tea set hiding in the shadows, and Mrs. Virgilia is making the tea with it in secret.
それを魔法で
We interpret and or conclude that it was made with magic, and is written as such in the tale.
ノックス第9
Is an interpretation permitted even by Nox's ninth commandment?
おや
Oh my. I do believe the interpretations of the ninth commandment are such a delicate issue that they're viewed as taboo even by the great court. Even though it's just a personal opinion, if it became known that you've acquitted there's such a thing, you might be sacked. No matter what kind of interpretation I might record. There is nothing false about the way your tea tastes. Therefore, I would never concern myself with how it was prepared. Ah. So she looked cold. She was a surprisingly tactful person. If Dylan were to deny that the black tea had been paired with magic, this magic surely crushed in an instant. However, even if it was depicted that tea set existed here and Virgilia had used it to make the tea normally, the result that Virgilia had made tea would still remain unchanged. Magic that hides the result in darkness is evil. We will not permit it. However, magic that conceals the process is not necessarily evil. My foe is the evil, not the magic itself. I get it. Theorizing that you're welcomed with some tea. It's just common courtesy to avoid complaining about how it was made. That's right. It's common courtesy to be grateful for tea that someone makes for you. There's nothing elegant about pushing your way into the kitchen and poking around through the tea-making process. You don't invite your guests into the kitchen. And when you set the table, you should adorn it beautifully in the spirit of hospitality. Here you go. It is hot. Thank you. I'd also like some sugar and milk. You still can't drink it straight. I am a kid. It had to be sweet. Oh, is magic a white lie, then? Lie is such a dirty word. The word embellishment is probably more fitting. Still makes things really fucking confusing to understand when I have to be like, it's an embellishment of what really happened. The results remain the same though. It's like, okay, I have to fucking figure out what really happened though, because the results change based on what might have actually happened. When giving a child candy, you can either take a crumbled up one out of your pocket, or use a wonderful bit of sleight of hand to produce the candy, and the direction you give with each method is completely different. Sure, I mean, producing the candy out of nowhere is a cool little trick.
違います。
Wrong.
飴を与える
The meaning isn't embellishing the result. A candy is given in a way that makes it even more beautiful and fun. Stop being a spoil sport battler.
マリアちゃんに飴をあげる。
Think of when you give Maria-chan a candy.
ポケットから出して与えるのと
There's a huge difference between taking it out of your pocket to give it to her and saying a fairy gave it to her for being such a good girl.
こっそりポケットに
After secretly slipping it into her pocket.
という意味ですよ。
それを全員のアリバイを調べて
In my opinion, it would be boorish to then question everyone about their
誰が
alibis
ポケットに忍ばせた
and
のか
race to
調べ
pinpoint who it was that slipped it into her
私
pocket.
は無粋なことと思っています。飴を受け取り少女が喜ん
The
だ
important thing is the result. The girl received the candy and was delighted.
そして少女を喜ばせるために就職されたことが意味あることなのです。
意外だな。
That's surprising.
魔法と名がつけば全否定みたいな感じで登場しやがったのに。
When you showed up, I got the feeling you deny anything that went by the name of magic.
異端審問官としてはそう振る舞います。
That is how I act in my capacity as an inquisitor.
職務
It is my job.
ですが、職務を離れているとき
However, when I am away from my job, I don't enjoy being quite so cold-hearted.
勤務中は市場は持ち込まないってわけか。
So this is what they call leaving your personal feelings aside when on duty.
できるやつだ。
You do well.
異端審問官として魔女を
As an inquisitor, hunting down witches is my job.
しかし、一個人としては魔女を憐れんでいます。
Personally, I find witches pitiable.
しかし、
However, I condemn them mercilessly as an inquisitor.
断罪します。結果において私が魔女たちを処刑するのに変わりはない。
The result that I execute witches is unchanged.
私の憐れみ
In the end, my pity is nothing more than useless embellishment.
あってもなくても何も変わらない。
Whether I have it or not, nothing
な
changes.
らなくてもいい。
So, it is better if I do not.
そんなことはありません。
Not at all.
結果が同じでも心が違えば大きく意味が異なることもあります。
Even if the end result is the same, there's a big difference depending on your heart.
あなたの母が焼いたクッキーは優れたパティシエが作る
Your mother's cookies must have been more delicious than those made by a good pastry shop.
それは心が込められていることを知っているからですよ。
そうだな。
That's right.
結果が同じに見えても
Even the result appears to be the
魔
same.
心ってやつがある
Each different depending on whether or not it had the loathing God's sincerity.
全然変わるかもしれねえぜ。
そうです。
I am not so sure.
私の心などあってもなくても何の意味
Whether I have a heart or not is completely meaningless. Eleanor's gaze fell to her cup a little sadly.
んなことはね。
That's not true.
今の話を聞いて。
Is everything you just said? I've changed the way I look at you a little.
だから心が無意味なんてことは絶対にねえ。
So saying your heart is meaningless isn't true. Virgilia was surprised to hear the words she should have said coming from Balor's mouth. After all, understanding the heart was the first step towards magic's true nature. Perhaps I was unconsciously starting to understand it bit by bit. The essence of Beto, the essence of witches, the essence of magic. Whether you want to become a witch or vanquish them, the very first step is learning about magic. Virgilia was sure that she felt this faint change within Valor.
先ほどの戦いではありがとうございました。
As for the last fight, thank you very much.
最後の最後
I am grateful for the mercy you showed me at the very end.
感謝いたします。
俺は俺じゃねえぜ。
That me wasn't me.
ラムダデルタが
Him to doubt it was controlling him. I joined in on the fifth game partway through. At this point in the story, I still hadn't joined. So up until the point when I did join, the Beast Me is probably being controlled by Bird Kesto or Lambda Delta.
あいつらどういう気まぐれだろうな。
This is what kind of mood's taking those two?
妙にかっこよく
Trying to make it all look so cool.
あれじゃまるで俺が
Maybe you look like some kind of knight coming to save
ナ
Beto.
イト様みてえじゃないか。
ラムダデルタ教は魔女と人間のそれぞれが均衡しドローゲームとなることを望んでいる。エリカの登場
Lady Lambda Delta wants both witches and humans to be in balance, resulting in a draw. While Erica's appearance, the scales tip strongly in favor of the human side.
ベアトに
So she manipulates the tail in a way that supports Beto.
それは知っていま
Yes, I am aware.
す。しかし駒はそして本来の性格にふさわしい行為を得
However,
意と
pieces got do things that are impossible for them, and they specialize in actions appropriate to their original personality. Therefore, that was certainly something that Balor was capable of.
だからあなたに
That is why I am
感謝する
grateful to you.
何もしてねえのに褒められるってのは。
It was a bit weird to be praised when I didn't actually do anything.
ゲームがもう少し進めば俺の
As the game continues a bit more, I'll probably regain control of my piece.
その時にも優しく手加減するかは
Not sure I'll go easy on you then.
私も同じです。
The same goes for
次に
me.
立ちを
I will not be caught unaware in our next bout.
上等だ。
Perfect! I'll take you on anytime.
全力で来い
Give me everything you've got.
約束します。全力です。
You have my word. Everything I have. Eleanor. I thought she was an emotionless killer dog without a heart. Maybe she actually is pretty approachable. Of course, neither of us would show any mercy when fighting on the game board. For a while, we gazed at the rain-drenched rose garden as we quietly enjoyed our tea.
一つ謝らねばなり
There is one thing I must apologize for. Eleanor suddenly murmured something.
何がだ
What is it?
さっきの戦いのことなら
It was not that fight sure a while ago, it's already over.
お互い
We both fought with everything we had.
勝ち負けは時の運だぜ
The outcome was just luck of the draw.
いいえ時の運ではありません。
No, it was not luck of the draw.
それに任せられなかったから私は謝罪に訪れたのです。
We were unable to let the outcome be decided naturally by chance. So I came here to apologize.
何の話だ
What are you talking about?
勝ちを譲ったということですね。
You're saying that you threw the match, aren't you? Virgilia spoke softly, hesitating in her knitting.
はい
Yes,
ミスター・バトラー
Mr. Battler.
ミスターはかゆいぜ
And Mr. is really getting to me.
バトラでいい
Just Battler's fine.
バトラー
Battler,
謝罪します。
I apologize.
私たちは全力では
We did not give it everything we had.
分かっていますよ。
I know.
金蔵
I
は
know.
全ゲーム開始時に死亡して
Kinzo is dead at the starting time for all
すで
games.
にベアトによって語られている真実です。
Beto already told us that truth.
あの戦いは
Balakun should have only been able to achieve a draw at best in that battle.
上々勝ち目は絶対にないはずの戦い
He shouldn't have had any chance at winning at all.
そうだな。
You're right.
一言そう言われちまえば
You just say that, the whole fight's already over.
しまう戦いだったなぜその赤を使わなかっ
Why didn't you use that red?
たまさかステイルメイトだからとでも言うのか
Are you telling me it was because of stalemate or something?
ノックス第2条
Nox's second.
鑑定方法
It is forbidden for international agencies to employ it as detective technique.
その赤き真実を私たちは
We cannot use the red truth directly.
しかし窓
However, the truth that the window was never open after it started raining
真実を私は窓を守っていたコーネリアに持たせていました
was one I had given to Cornelia, who was protecting the window.
ドーンそい
Boom!
つでチェック
That's checkmate.
どうしてあの姉ちゃんはその切り札を切らなか
Why
った
didn't that girl use that trump card? This is for your attention.
我が赤が
There is no way to defeat my red.
そなたの望
Know
み
that your wish will not be
叶うことなしと
granted.
知りたまえ
Though she had fall calmly up until that point, she quickly laughed flustered when I dashed forwards. I thought she had been frightened by my sudden attack, but the truth is different. You know, she held a trump card which completely repelled me. Something came in unable to use it and hesitated.
わかりません
I am not sure.
突然
In that instance, that trump card suddenly became forbidden.
禁じられたのですそれを失った時点であなたの勝利は約束されました
Once we lost that, your victory was guaranteed.
ゲームマスターラムダデルタ教の干渉でしょ
The game master, Lady Lambda Delta, promptly interfered.
あいつね
That bastard.
結局
In the end, the whole fight was a farce in the palm of Lambda Delta's hands.
ラムダ俺たちはあいつの筋書き通り
She made us play out that entire act according to her script.
不愉快とは思います
I understand that you are
し
upset.
かし
However, since you told me to fight with everything I had, I had no choice but to let you know.
いきませんでした許してください
Please forgive me.
それでもあなたは切り札を失っても残され
Even
た
still, even though you lost your trump card, you kept on fighting all out with your remaining
あ
cards.
なたを非難
I don't believe anyone could find fault with what you did.
そうだ
That's right.
なむしろ
I should be mad at anyone, it's Lambda Delta for butting
仕上
in.
がってラムダデルタを怒るべきだぜ
金蔵が存在しないのはすでに確定事項のは
Kinzo does not exist, should already be an established
ずラ
fact.
ムダデルタ教もベルンカステル教も
Lady Lambda Delta and Lady Burn Kesto know this well.
なのに二人とも金蔵が存在する余地を残してゲームを進めています
And yet, they are both leaving room for Kinzo to exist as they continue through this game.
まるで二人で結託
It is almost as though the two are conspiring to prevent Kinzo's existence from being denied.
つまりじい様をわざと逃がしたと
You're saying that they let grandfather escape on purpose?
はい
Yes,
何かの意図があるん
they must be after something.
確かに
That is a bit odd. Lady Lambda Delta and Lady Burnkesto should always be in opposition unless the witch side is in a superior position.
現在の流れでは2人が結託することは考えがたいのですが
It's hard to imagine those two would be conspiring together with things going as they are.
私には何か邪悪な目的があるように思えてなりません。
I cannot help but think that they have some sort of wicked objective.
それをお伝えしたくて私は。
お前そんなことのために
So, you came all the way here, tell me something like that.
はい。
Yes.
ですので私はもう用事を終えました。
Which means my business here is finished.
これにて失礼しよう。
I think I will leave now.
ゲームも時期に
The game will probably resume shortly.
エリカと今後のゲームを
I need to have a discussion with Erica about the future. Eleanor gulped down the last of her black tea and stood up. By the way, I have no idea if this is how you're actually supposed to say her name. I just chose, I'm gonna say like Delanor. There's only one geriatric in the story and was apparently been dead for 2 years. Amazing. Even dead Kinzo causes us problems. Actually, that's not amazing at all. That's just Kinzo in general. I'm quite sure you could take Kinzo out. Like, I'm quite sure you could fucking... Everyone would know. You could say outright Kinzo's dead. In story, right now on the game board, I'm quite sure he would still be causing us problems.
次は第二の番の戦いにて
I will see you next at the Battle of the Second
こ
Twilight.
こにて私
There I will once again raise my merciless longsword.
振り上げるでしょう。ですからどうかバトラも
So, Battler, I ask the same of you.
私に慈悲
Show no mercy towards me.
分かってるぜ
I know.
手加減なんかした
If
ら
I go easy on you, I'll have my own head smashed in.
ゲーム版での私はベルンカステル
On the game board, I'm nothing more than Lady Burnkesto's piece, and Furudo Erica's agent. By the way, she is very annoying and doesn't play fair. Yeah, I noticed. Please beat her ass. I would find it very funny if she lost.
これからも
In the future, I would likely block your way as an enemy many times.
しかし私の心は本来中立です。
However, in my heart, I am always neutral.
いや忘れてください。
No, please, forget that.
そんなことは
It has no bearing on the nature of our relationship.
あるぜ
It
強
does.
敵であることは
No doubt you're a fearsome bone, but you don't piss me off
あん
anymore.
たをムカつきはしなくなったエリカのやつは最高にムカつくがな
Unlike that Erica who totally pisses me off.
よかった。
I am glad.
私もフルドエリカにはムカついています。
I also find Furudo Erica to be obnoxious. Eleanor's expression finally softened slightly.
フルド
Very last moment we understood each other.
とても邪悪な存在。
Furudo Erica is a very evil creature.
先ほどの敗北
After her recent defeat and loss of face, she is burning with a desire for revenge.
何を企んでいるのか私にもわかりません。
Even I cannot tell what she is plotting.
ですがろくなことのわけがない。
However, it cannot be anything good.
注意してください。
Please take care.
ベルンカステルの困った時点で
As long as she's burning Kinso's peace means I'm not gonna let my guard down. Eleanor nodded as though satisfied, left the eaves of the arbor and walked out into the rain.
あのような邪悪の手先を務めることになる。
Who could have thought that I would end up serving as an agent of such
ど
evil?
うして私はこの世
Why
界
was I called to this world? The other one let out a small sigh. These can do nothing except fulfill the function they've been given. And that function is given to them by the one who controls them. You probably can't disobey Bernkesto with playing in control of her.
呼んだのはベルンカステル教かもしれない。
Lady Bernkesto may be the one who caught you here.
しかしこの世界に受け入れたのは
However, the one who let you into this world is Beto.
この子が望まなければあなたは迷路庭園を抜けここへは至れなかった。
If this child didn't wish it, you never would have been able to make it through the garden maze to arrive here.
ね。で
Right, Beto.
Miss Beatrice.
Miss Beatrice,
あなたは私
what is it that you want from me?
になれるのか。邪悪の手先として
I do hope that I can help you in some way,
あなたの何かに
though I may be an agent of evil.
幸いなのですが。
So did Beto, but of course there was no response. After bowing once more and thanks for the black tea, Eleanor disappeared into the rainy rose garden. So, no one can reach this golden land if Beto doesn't want them to?
誰もたどり着けないのか。
ええ
Yes.
ドラノールをここへ呼んだのはこの子なのですよ。
She is the one who called Eleanor here.
ベアトがあいつをここへ呼び俺に会わせたのか。
So, Beto called her here to meet me. But no other person reached this place despite Beto's wishes. Angie. Last game, Angie reached this place by herself, even though she was an uninvited guest. Was that also something Beto desired?
ここに私がいてあなたがいること
That I am here, that you are here,
ベアトがいる
that Beto is here,
そしてドラ
and
ノ
that
ールが
Eleanor was invited here.
すべては
All of these things occurred because she wanted them to.
ドラノールとあなたが過ごしたこのささやかな紅茶の時間さえも
Even the bit of time that you and Eleanor spent together drinking tea.
ベアト
Beto,
あいつから
what was I supposed to learn from her?
それがお前の信
Does that have something to do with finding your heart and letting you rest in peace?
することと関係があるのか。
Eleanor A. Knox, the natural enemy of witches, Inquisitor, Vanguard mystery who denies fantasy. Is she here to help me gouge out your heart and arrest your breathing?
立ってください。
Please stand
片足で。
on one leg. Cornelia slowly got up and stood on one leg as she had been ordered. Her hands were clasped behind her back, as she had been ordered to do so. Then, with a loud thump, Edgar shoved her from behind with both hands. Cornelia landed on the floor face first with a thud.
立ってください。片足で。
Please stand on one leg. Cornelia rose shakily. Then once again she stood on one leg as she'd been ordered. In order not to try to keep her balance, she had fallen on her face over and over again. She barely managed to protect her nose, but after splashing against the floor so many times, her face was bright red. She wasn't shedding any tears. No, she couldn't shed them. She was ready to do even that. Please stand on one leg. Thump thud. Please stand on one leg. Thump thud. Thump thud. Thump thud. Erica repeated the following torture over and over again. At times like this, Erica hated counting things. So she decided that when she ran out of fingers to keep count on, she would just keep on going until she lost interest. However, Erica's main redeeming feature was that she never lost interest in anything. The torture continued on without end. Erica didn't know the truth. Why couldn't I have been unable to fully protect the window? Though time since then, she had criticized her, blaming her entirely for their defeat. For your attention, I beg to state the following. Please forgive Cornelia for her failing. Sorry, I was telling the truth there for a bit. She has already performed sufficient penance. Oh, is that so? Then please take your place from now on. Gertrude bears no sin for which to repent. Gertrude, please stand on one leg. Clasp your hand behind you. Gertrude followed the order and clapped her hands behind her back, staying on one leg. You mustn't resist or try to keep your balance. Not permitted to bend your knees. Not permitted to shed any tears. Do you understand? As you wish. Gertrude. Erica took her time walking like Gertrude. She was even enjoying making her wonder when she'd push. At that moment, Gertrude and Cornelia burst in bright light and disappeared. Delnor had returned at some point and sent them back to heaven for the time being. Erica had her front row dragged an openly malicious expression at Delnor. Miss Erica, I will bear the punishment for my suborns as her superior. Please have mercy upon her. No, thank you. Punch is meaningful because of the pain it inflicts. There's nothing remotely interesting about punching an unfeeling dog girl that can't receive a single scratch. Erica slowly grabbed hold of the back of Delnor's hair and tugged on it relentlessly. Delnor's neck tilted unnaturally backwards, creaking. I cannot be harmed, but I can be hurt. As if you have feelings to hurt, you witch-hunting murder doll. Are you trying to talk back to me? Me, the envoy and double of the great Lady Bernkesto? No. I am being reprimanded by Lady Bernkesto because you people are useless. Never demonstrate such miserable incompetence again. Are we understood? This is going to ignore any physical pain, but you could clearly feel Erica's ill will. My apologies. Please forgive me. Filth. The sound like the taunt string snapping, she reared out several strands of Delnor's hair. Then Erica waved her hand as though trying to shake off something dirty that had gotten stuck to it. Well, that's enough. I'm done. My anger finally subsided and my little gray cells are tingling again. Please call those two useless people back and reconstruct the crime scene. Let's start the deduction game.
かりました。
Understood.
ガートルード、
Gertrude, Cornelia.
よい。
As you wish. The two of them reappeared behind Delanor and reconstructed the crime scene for Erica, the one who had been just tormenting them.
金蔵の失踪なんて第一の晩のおまけでしかありません。
Kinzo disappearing is nothing more than an added bonus for the first Twilight.
さあ
Let's start investing in the first Twilight
第一
proper.
を始めましょうとその前に
Oh, before
実は
that,
私たち
are you aware that we are actually presented with the mystery for the murders even
一
occurred?
つの謎を突きつけられていることをご存知ですか。
はい。
Yes. You mean the letter with the mark of the one Ingold, which appeared at midnight last night, along with a knock by some person.
です。
そうです。
Yes, that's right.
一見物
The tale appears to describe that it was impossible for any of the humans at that
不
moment.
可能であったと語り未知の魔女が存在しているかのような幻想を作り出しています。
Creating the illusion that an unknown witch
ま
exists.
ずはこの魔女幻想を叩き
Let's start by crushing this witch illusion.
手紙が届けられた昨晩の食堂の状況から確認していきます。
We'll first check the situation in the dining hall last night when the letter was delivered.
了解です。
Understood.
ガートルード、コーネリ
Gertrude,
ア、
Cornelia.
昨晩の食堂の
Reconstruct last night's family conference in the dining hall.
よい。
As you wish. The family conference last night was conducted with the adult rodents and valid presents. Partway through, the servants arrived to serve tea.
手紙が現れた瞬間の全員の立ち
Let's review everyone's whereabouts at the exact moment the letter appeared.
どうなってました
How did that go again?
近景
For your attention, I beg to inform you of the following.
親族会
Before the family conference, Erica, George, Jessica, Maria, Nanjo, Goda, and Kumasawa left the mansion and moved to the guest house.
ゲストハウスへ移動したものなり。
近家謹んで申し上げる
For your attention, I beg to inform you of the following.
残りは
Of those who remain, only Kraus, Natsui, and Genji were in the second floor corridor.
それ以外の全員は食堂におりしこと申し上げたてまつる
while all others were in the dining hall.
屋敷は親族会議
Because the mansion had been entirely locked in advance
されていたた
of
め
the family conference.
それ以外の人間は屋敷に入ることができません。
Everyone else was unable to enter the mansion.
おやおや
Uh-huh.
それでは屋敷内の誰にも食堂
That would mean that no one inside the mansion could have knocked and placed the letter there, right?
になりますね
そうなります。
Yes.
その人物こそ
To which I would probably say that the person is the same one who wrote the letter. The witch Beatrice.
バカバカしい
Ridiculous. A stupid trick.
手紙が24時の
So guaranteed the letter was placed there at the stroke of midnight.
それ以前に
Some symptoms knew that might have been placed there earlier.
常識的です
手紙が発見されるほんの数分
Just a few minutes before the letter was discovered, Shannon and Cannon came in to serve tea.
二人を迎え
When
入
they
れ
entered, multiple witnesses confirmed that there was nothing suspicious like a letter in the hallway.
複数が確認しています。
100万人いなかったクラウスナツヒ
Most likely, one of those down at the dining hall, Kraus, Natsu, or Genji.
その直後に
Someone saw the chance right after that and placed the letter there.
いえいえ
No, in fact, it must have been possible for the people who supposedly went to the guest house too.
施錠さ
They
れ
heard the mansion was locked and that no one inside could get in.
そうですがゲストハウスに
But if someone only agreed to go to the guest house instead of hid inside the mansion,
と隠れていた人間がいたならその人物が
it's entirely possible that he could have placed the letter there.
何ら問題はありません。
聞いて
For your attention, Blue Truth Ballad.
となると問題はノックです。
In that case, the problem is the
手紙
knock.
と違い、
Unlike the letter, someone would have to
存在しなくては
exist there at the instant of the knock.
なるほど。
I see, so this is the so-called proof that person who shouldn't be there, oh, which existed.
存在する証拠だって実にバカバカしいにも程があります。
They can believe it is. Do they think this is all chasing at me? Fear no air can surrender.
まずノックが確かに食堂の扉を叩いたものなのか疑います。
First, I question whether the knock was even something hitting the door of the dining hall at all.
例えばですが
As I mentioned on instruction, maybe that's when a certain pillar on the second floor struck. The noise is transmitted down the pillar.
食堂の人間
And just sounds like a knock at the door to the people in the dining hall.
あるいは偶然何かの音を
Or they could have misheard some other random sound as a knock and misconstrued it in a similar way.
あるいはノック音を録音したテープがこっそり再生されていて
Or a tape with the sound of a knock recorded on it could be been playing secretly, generally set up and heard exactly that time.
いずれにせよ扉の向こうに誰も
In any case, even if no one is on the other side of the door,
いくらでも
I can think of many ways to make them hear a knock.
いかがです
How is that, my master?
我が推理
What do you think of my reasoning?
だそうだけど
Well, you heard her. How does she do?
ベルの可愛い
Well, it looks like your kid will be scared her all to think of those little truths.
気前よく
So it be nice to give her out a few red truths myself.
まずは手紙から行こうかしら
I guess I'll start with the letter.
24時の大時計の鐘の時
There's that knock when the large clock struck midnight,
そして扉
and when the door was opened, there was a letter in an envelope bearing the one-winged eagle.
の手紙 100万人いなかった人間がこっそりと廊下に置いていったのだろうという想像は実に王道よね
And the idea that people who were in the dining hall secretly placed the letter hallway is such an old one,
フ
right?
ランス
Strauss, Nazi, and Genji not even touched the
手
letter.
紙に触れてさえいない
へえ
Oh.
じゃ
Then,
あシャノン
when Shannon and Cannon came in to serve tea, who was the last team to enter the dining hall?
最後に食堂に入った最後尾の人間は誰？例えば
I'd say it was Cannon.
最後尾の
It would be easy if Cannon, the last person in, secretly dropped the letter there when he closed the door.
ぽとりと手紙を落とせば簡単じゃない
食堂の全員の誰もいえもっとシンプルな
Not a single person in the dining hall? No, there's a similar way to say it.
24時の
Amongst all those inside mansion at midnight,
誰一人あの手紙を
has anyone placed that letter in the hallway?
触れた者はいない
So you can't say that no one touched it.
そりゃそうでしょ
Of course not! They touched it when they picked it up!
触れてないとまでは言える
Of course I can't say none of them touched it!
なるほど
I see.
じゃあこういう
Then
感
let's
じ
interpret it this way.
24時
Someone who existed outside the mansion at midnight placed letters somewhere other than the hallway beforehand.
あらかじめ手紙を廊下以外の場所に置いてるのそして
Then it moved by some means and ended up placed in the hallway.
最終的に廊下に置かれた
仮の想像ですが 例えば
Just an example, let's say it was literally stuck to the underside of
お茶の道具を
the serving cart carrying the tea set once the servants moved into the room.
つけられていたとかそれは時間が経てば剥がれてしまうような簡単な接着
It was suddenly fixed there in a way that could make it come unstuck after a certain amount of
それ
time,
はやがて剥がれ落ちて
such that when it eventually fell off, it would become the letter left by which it shouldn't exist. Wow. That's a fucking theory I basically came up with back in fucking episode 1 myself. Hilarious to see it brought back now.
つまり
And the worst is a classic trick the true center gives themselves out by making it appear in a different
真の差し出し
at a different time.
その時刻にアリバイを作ろうとする古典的トリックです
金系
For your attention, a blue truth valid.
ちょうど都合よく食堂
In other words, the fact that blinders outside the dining hall was just the culprit's good luck.
すれば
Usually it's found in the kitchen, the corridor, even outside the dining hall itself.
食堂の中だったかもしれませんはあ狂った
Oh, good. If it happened inside the dining hall, that would have been even more wonderful.
全員の関心
But then everyone inside the letter would suddenly appear on the floor.
床に手紙が現れる食堂という密室に忽然とその場の誰も触れていないという赤を
And Red Standing appeared suddenly in the locked room of the dining hall and was not touched by anyone there, wouldn't even be violated.
お見事です
Well done.
改善者の
If the letter was stuck to the bottom of the serving cart, then anyone could be the culprit.
可能です手紙についてはまずね
That might work okay for the letter.
でも
Ooh, that kind of trick already worked for the knock as well.
通用するかしらじゃあもう一度
Let's try this again, shall we?
しようかしらどうぞ
Please, go ahead.
クラウス、ナツキ、ゲンジの3人はノックをしていない
Neither Kraus nor Nazi nor Genji knocked.
これは扉だけはノックしていないという
This isn't the limited meaning of them knocking on the door, okay? This isn't there's a penetrance of the sound, or push the play button, or whatever the fuck else you try to say.
そのノック音を生み出したことは断じてないという意味無論直接的にも間接的にも意図的にも偶発的にも無意識的にもね
Of course, this includes our direct, indirect, intentional, coincidental, and unintentional
すでに
meanings.
サビを打ってるけど繰り返す
This switch has already been knocked in, but I'll repeat it.
クラウス、ナツ
Maybe someone other than Kraus, Nazi, or Genji made that knock.
あるいは
Or else it sounds like it could be misidentified as a knock.
発生させたのかもしれない近景謹んで申し上げたてまつる
For your attention, I beg to inform you of the following.
24時の時点で
At midnight, except for Kraus, Nazi, and Genji in the second floor corridor,
食堂に
and all the people in the dining hall,
一切の人間
no
は
other humans existed inside the mansion.
申し上げたてまつる近景謹んで申し上げる
Wait, so John Doe had to have caught from somewhere else? Yeah, I suppose so, which isn't necessarily. I mean, you can if you physically build the house that way, but you think that's a bit much for Ginzo. I mean, I think it's a bit. I think the problem is like John Doe obviously can call from anywhere theoretically. Like fuck. Like theoretically, the only place we've heard a phone call come from him is. Genji says the phone call comes from elsewhere, but like theoretically, Genji could be having someone call from an external line. In addition to Kraus, Natsu, and Genji, none of those in the dining hall knocked. Where knocking includes all the other stuff we already discussed. A direct knock refers to someone literally hitting a door to make a knocking sound. An intentional knock refers to someone creating a fake knocking sound with intent to make it appear that someone knocked. The coincidental knock refers to some kind of coincidence creating a fake knocking sound. In other words, it is impossible for anyone who was in the mansion to have been the source of a knocking sound. In this case, anyone also includes any people who might have gone undetected or unobserved. Anyone who was in the mansion also includes any unknown person X who was secretly hiding in the mansion. Therefore, this literally meant that it was impossible for anyone inside the mansion to knock with no wordplay allowed. I see. So now I tried to toy with it. The only ones who could possibly produce knocking sound are those in what we might call the guest house group. Like, for example, what if I, through air, can record a knocking sound on a cassette tape? Secretly installed it somewhere and set it up so that it would start exhaling exactly at midnight. Of course, I wasn't in the mansion at midnight. There aren't any problems with this, are there? There are no problems. However, the knock serves to alert everyone to the existence of the letter, and this was precisely because the letter is on the other side of the door. If the letter is following the kitchen, for instance, I do not think the knock would have served to inform anyone of the letter's existence. If the trick in Erica's theory about the letter being stuck to the certain card was accurate, then the location that letter fell was a matter of luck. We in the dining hall were able to notice it due to the knock only because it had fortunately fallen near the door. However, the location it fell was a matter of chance. It might have landed in the far-off kitchen, or even remained stuck the entire time. If that happened, the knock would have been ignored as though it had just been imagined. In other words, the knock itself carries no message at all. Only in combination with the letter. It is not capable of asserting that someone existed there. In that case, the knock can be combined with the theory of the letter falling combined with the starting card as a random location. The letter must be reliably visioned on the other side of the door, so it can be discovered thanks to the knock. However, it's declared read that no one in the mansion placed the letter in the hallway. I reword that read about placing in the hallway a bit. No one in the mansion placed the letter in the hallway. That goes for every conceivable possibility. Direct, indirect, intentionally, coincidentally, and unintentionally. For example, let's assume there was a device on the certain card that drops the letter when it stops moving. Carrie predicted the card would probably stop when those two knocked on the door to the dining hall. So you might think that with this theory, you could cleverly make it so that the letter drops right from the door. But even this doesn't work, okay? That shows stopping the certain card would indirectly lead to placing the letter in the hallway. That would mean that Chan Candy would push the card indirectly and unintentionally place the letter there. Furthermore, any setups with the letter peels off the passage of time, and the people push the certain card to the location and coincidentally and unintentionally place the letter there. Of course, this is also no good.
復唱要求
Repetition requested.
24時
At midnight, only Erica, George, Jessica, Maria, Nanjo, Goda, and Kumasawa existed outside the mansion.
マリア、ナンジョ、ゴーダ、熊沢のみである
Say if someone in the dining hall stood on the window for the instant of midnight and didn't exist in the mansion at that time, with a bit of wordplay like that, it may be possible to get around the right truth.
復唱要求
Repetition request.
気前よく
I know I'm being generous with red, but I'm getting a little bit greedy.
欲張りすぎじゃない私ベア君みたいにバカじゃないから
I'm not an idiot like
相
Beto.
手の求める復唱に
I'm not getting blabbering with all the repetitions my opponents asked for.
今度お風呂でマシュマロとコンペイトーのスクラブで全身
I'll give you full body massage scrub and a bath with marshmallows and Pompedo sometime soon.
生皮剥ぎ
Hard enough to rub your skin off.
絶対よ
I gotta keep that promise.
じゃあいいわ
Alright then, here's a free.
復唱要求に答えるわ24時の時点で
At midnight, only Erica, George, Jessica, Maria, Nanjo, Yoda, and Kumasawa exist outside the mansion. In other words, try as we might, those 8 people, including Erica, cannot exist inside the mansion unless less in front of the door. At the same time, try as we might, those who were inside the mansion cannot exist outside the mansion.
なら配膳車ではなく廊下の天井に
In that case, the letter might have been stuck to the ceiling of the hallway into the serving cart. Seeing always rising high, so even if you just stuck it out there in the open, maybe no one would notice.
誰も気づかないかもしれないこれなら廊下に落ちるのは簡単
This way, we most certainly fall in the corridor and slip by the red if someone outside the mansion did this.
赤も潜れるグッと私
Good job, me.
金慶慎んで申し上げ
For your attention, I beg to inform you of the following. The letter never existed on the ceiling of the hallway.
金慶慎んで申し上げる
For your attention, I beg to inform you of the following. Note that the letter never touched the serving cart.
知らないですそんなこと
Who cares about that? Wait, someone else on the mansion used some kind of trick to place a letter
トリ
there.
ックであそこに手紙を置いてみせたんですベアトリーチェを存在させようなどという
I know you're trying to do this. You use that letter, not carry that Beatrice because well, definitely won't work on Furuta Erica.
金慶
For your attention, I beg to inform you of the following.
屋敷以
It
外
was impossible for anyone outside the mansion. Ooh.
じゃあ親族会議以前に屋敷以外の何者かが何らかの仕掛け
And
を
someone outside the mansion set up some kind of gimmick before the family conference. Some of them in the ceiling of the serving cart.
金慶青木真
For your attention, Bluetooth invalid.
なんでですか
Why?
それしかないでしょ天井と配膳車以外の何かに
Some outside the mansion is going to trick under the ceiling of the serving cart.
金慶
For your attention,
その何かを
let's gonna specify your advice what kind of trick. It will not be recognized as blue truth.
認められるものなり
金慶
For your attention,
手紙について
Lady Erica's Bluetooths regarding letter have all been destroyed.
すべて失われたものなり
全て失われたですって
All have been destroyed. Can more carefully speak to me, you useless furniture.
皆さん
If I can just think of that trick, it's an instant checkmate.
なんですそれを全て失われた
All have been destroyed. Bluetooth invalid.
この
Am I?
探偵
I am the
古田エリ
detective.
カによくも
If you know Erica, how dare you speak to me like that? Erica's face twisted. These words that seemed to deny Erica no Erica's deductions were the worst form of torture and humiliation for her.
ミスエリカ
Miss Erica, why don't we postpone the mystery of the letter for now?
ノックの推
Your blue stakes regarding the knock. Some outside the mansion played it with a cassette tape is still valid.
とする青き鎖は未だに有効です音が可能なら
It was possible to solve the noise, then it should be possible to solve the letter as well. Zara made to grab and pull Gertrude's hair. Delnora stopped her with those words.
そうです。ノックについては私の青き真実、未だ有効なはずです。全てを否定されてなんていません。
My blue truth regarding the knock is so valid. It's not true that everything's denied. I will solve the mystery of the letter without fail.
必ずや解いてみせます。お時間の猶予をお許
Please
しくだ
allow
さ
me
い。
more time.
しかしノックの謎については確かにここに
However, on the mystery of knocks, I've produced
以
results.
外の人物がカセット
I've proven the safe that someone else mentioned set things up with a cassette tape or something to make a knock sound play.
サビでうがちました。
本当に可愛い子ね、ベルン。
Burned! Peace really is a cute kid.
本当にけなげだわ。
Very lively.
とりあえず2つの謎のうち1つは高3だけど1つは解けたからお許
She
し
sounded pretty good in saying that she Mary signed on one riddles, but she did solve the other one.
どうする？許してあげる？
You forgive her?
そうね。
Well, let's see.
私に駒の分際で降参なんて恥さらし、絶対に許せないところだけれど。
Only I'd never forgive one of my pieces for the utter disgrace of surrendering. But she's managed to solve one of the mysteries. Maybe I'll let it slide for now. My master! If Erica so said she let it slide, Erica couldn't hide her relief. Then it's time to get punished, Erica-chan!
すべての人物
Now
は
the chick hairs with this identifying knocking sound.
へえ、
Oh,
何それ。
what's that supposed to mean?
ノック音を誤認しないということはつまり
Misidentified knocking sound means this. He did not make a sound very similar to knocking sound for a real knocking
し
sound.
ないということよ。柱を叩くと
Hitting a pillar makes something similar to knocking sound is no good.
ノック音をカセット
When you record knocking sound on a cassette tape and play back, it becomes a sound of tape with a knocking sound on it, and not a knocking sound.
ノック音ではない。だからこれもアウト。 つまり実際にあの扉を叩く
In other words, all of them would correctly distinguish the knocking sound as someone truly hitting the door.
絶対に聞き間
And
違
they
いない
definitely wouldn't mishear it.
あの扉を直接叩く以外のあらゆる音をノックと誤解することは絶対にありえないということ。
It's totally impossible that any sound except hitting the door directly being interpreted as a knock.
そんな
What the heck?
でもそれじゃあ、あの24時の鐘の音の時、扉を叩ける人物が
But that means at the time the clock struck midnight,
存在しない
the
こ
one
と
that
に
says
な
you
る
could
じゃ
have hit the door.
そうよ。存在しないよ。
Yet they don't exist.
だって
I thought it was the golden witch Beatrice who hit
ベ
it.
アトリーチェが叩いたんだもの。
つまりあの
So in other words, there's no way around this other than hitting the door.
はないってことね。 ならこうやって扉をノック
There was some kind of device that could knock on the door.
自動のドアノッ
There's
ク
something like an automatic door knocker that made it possible for someone to knock without touching the door with their hands.
ノックは人が
To knock means someone hitting a door with their hands.
仕掛けで叩いたなんて認めないわ
I won't accept hitting it with some contraption.
24時の
You're not at the same time as the clock struck midnight.
その時食堂の人物全員が確か
Everyone
に
inside the dining hall definitely heard at that time.
そして彼らは誰もノックオン
And none of them would misinterpret a knocking sound.
クラウス、ナツキ、ゲンジの3人はノックに関わっていない
Trask, Natsu, and Genji had no involvement in any knocking. No one existed inside the mansion. Else existed. And knock refers to the action of standing directly in front of the door and hitting it with a hand.
扉を叩く行為を指すねえベル
Hey, Burn! What do you think of my red? Doesn't this pretty uncomplicated enjoy with something before the first twilight?
黄金の魔女はノックの音と
The
とも
Golden Witch descended quietly with a knocking sound. This really is fascinating, Lambda. Now we're talking.
ああ面白い
The two witches doubled over laughing, as though this was the most fun thing in the world. My master!
ご安心を
Have no fear!
その程度の赤
As long as my little brave souls are given the time, I would definitely reach an answer to this pitiful red.
必ずや答えを導き出してみせますあらそうありがとう
Is that so? Thank you.
そして質
But
問
I'm disappointed, Erica.
退屈だよエリカ
You're bored me, Erica. As my piece in double with the fact you have nothing is so pathetic it's comical.
本当に情けなくて笑えるのわからないならいつまでも
If you don't know the answer, then be silent forever, please.
そして分かった
And please open your mouth only when you know the answers.
あんたなんて所詮はこ
You're nothing but a piece.
ういてもいなくても私がゲームを進めるには支障がないのだけ
Your absence would not hinder my progress in this game in the slightest.
ど特に推理が思いつかないならおとなしく駒置き場にでも戻って埃をかぶっててちょうだい使えない駒は
If you can't think of any theories in particular, please just go back to the piece tray and gather dust or something. Can't even reserve space in my memory for useless pieces.
ベルンは忘れっぽいからね
Burn is pretty forgettable.
あんた
Don't try so hard, or Burns can forget about you, you know.
忘れられちゃうわよ忘却の駒置き場で
You collect dust in that forgotten piece tray and waiting your turn that would never come.
とっても辛いと思う
I'm not gonna be pretty harsh, don't you think?
ご安心を大ラムダデリタ教そして
Have no fear, great lady. Lambda Delta, my master. I promise to deliver some black reports and prove that you never be disappoint me again.
二度と失望させる活躍を約束いたしますああさすがは
Oh, how reassuring. I guess you're my double after all.
ならほん
Then you better make sure you do work hard in all kinds of ways.
あまり活躍がないと私
If you don't make an impact, I might forget about you
忘
forever.
れちゃうかもしれないんだから
The two witches giggled and continued discussing the letter and the knock. There was no room for Erica to step in. If she resigned herself to that, she would literally have no place to go and would be buried in eternal oblivion. Erica endured with a hideous expression, looking with shame at the back of the master who was ignoring her. With both of his flesh, he thought frankly for some kind of breakthrough. I'm the detective, I'm Frudo Erica. I am the piece and double in serving the great Lady Bern Castell. I'll definitely make her satisfied, definitely. Show me a battler, how dare you humiliate me so! The truth, they were ignored by the witches around darkness. Looked like she had been made to go stand on her own in the hallway. The crime in the early morning, we completely forgot about breakfast. So now we had our first meal of the day at the time that could never be called breakfast time. Even Goto-san's wonderful meal, which has supposedly been in the works since yesterday night, provided no comfort. The several empty seats quietly burned us with a pain-filled sadness. Then in the middle of this meal that felt like a vigil, Erica suddenly stood up. Everyone focused on her to see what was the matter. Her expression was somewhere on the line between invigorated and insane, as though she'd come up with some groundbreaking and strange invention. Hey, what's up? You okay?
わかりました。わかりました。
I've got it! You think I wouldn't be able to figure it out? Oh, I understand perfectly well. There's no way something so stupid could happen!
With an ugly expression covered with cold sweat, Erica glared and lashed out at Battler. You've got it. Got what?
あなたが
So when you jumped down on the third floor study? And one of us saw you fall down and land in the courtyard! We set up the ladder from the courtyard so Rudo-san go out in the third story float window? Then you closely observe the structure of the outer wall and realize that by connecting some rain gutters and other handholds, it would be possible to descend to the courtyard from the third floor window! You didn't jump down! Use the rain gutters and so on and climb down the outer wall like a loser! What do you think, my blue juice? Come on! Oh, where's your rebuttal?
My rebuttal?
You have no rebuttal? My truth is valid, yes? There, you see? It made it look like you jumped down on Riley, who was all just an illusion! All you had to do is jump out and just the other grain gutter!
My argument then was about whether it was possible grandfather escaped from the study, remember? It's possible grandfather escaped through the window. All I did was prove that. Either of us jump down or climb down makes no difference.
Don't try to change the subject! I mean, your human can't jump down from the third floor! How do you like that? How do you like that? Wasn't my reason, my master?
Are you short on sleep or something? Just calm down and eat your food. When he escaped in the courtyard through the window, Valerie did use the rain gutter to crawl down the wall, just like Erica said. His hand slipped halfway and he fell from a considerable height, but he managed to land on his feet without injuring himself. No one witnessed this. Most likely, everyone except Erica, currently in the dining hall, realized that something like this had happened. No one believed that he jumped down the third floor window in the first place, even if they hadn't witnessed it directly. So they had no clue what Erica was going about and obsessing all over all of a sudden, and started whispering, unsure with cold eyes and dubious faces.
You can't argue back, can you? Your jumping was denied! My truth went out! My truth is invalid! Please acknowledge this, my master! I'm not encountered or a disappointment! I will match up your existential fears and please stop that and be my master!
Facing someone that might have been somewhere beyond the ceiling, Erica spread her arms and yelled. Then, as if in answer, a massive lightning bolt landed very close by. It was incredibly loud. You couldn't feel the earth shake. At the same time as that, Erica went limp, falling to her seat like a puppet who just had all of its strings cut. Then, as the sound of wind and rain gradually filled the room once again, Erica slowly opened her eyes, though recovering from a bout of dizziness. Then she continued eating in silence as though nothing had happened, as if she had been acting normal the whole time. Did Erica just stand up suddenly and rant at someone? Erica continued eating quietly, her behavior so perfectly normal that everyone started to doubt themselves. After seeing her behaving so calmly, everyone convinced themselves that they were totally worn out. They must have just hallucinated Erica suddenly yelling. So Erica's sudden transfiguration of a few seconds ago was treated as a daydream, and faded out of everyone's memories. Erica quietly poked at her side and muttered in a voice that no one could hear.
Thank you very much, Lady Bernicesto. I am Furuta Erica. I am a masterpiece in her double. I will surely present you with an incredible tale. Oh yes, knives and forks are such pretty utensils, aren't they? Chopsticks are the best. They're the easiest way to eat salad, don't you agree? Well, everyone,